award-winning architecture firm overnight. I would have made so many mistakes. I wouldn't have known what to do. Things I wish I would have known before I got started. Project typology. You might be starting out doing decks. It may take 5 years to even start working on the projects that you really want to be designing. And it's easy to look at other companies or other architects and see what they're doing and what they're designing and being like, ugh, why am I not getting projects like that? Every project I've worked on has been a stepping stone to the bigger projects. If I would have started with the big project, I would have been so over my head. I would have made so many mistakes. I wouldn't have known what to do. So each little thing has been a development. And whether that's in architecture or whether that's in how I communicate with my clients, my project deliverables, my proposals, all these things get better and better and better with each project you have. Starting small is not a problem. Starting small is a gift because you're not overwhelmed with all the details of a big project. You can start working on things like your deliverables in the beginning on a smaller project. Appreciate different typologies. The second thing, you're not just an architect. You do have to wear a lot of hats, and that's not for everybody. You will be designing, of course, but for that project, you're also going to be doing all the client correspondence. You're going to do all the accounting. You have to do your taxes. You have to be a negotiator. You have to talk budgets. You have to talk contracts. You have to do sometimes family therapy. Some people might feel more comfortable sitting down and having a manager say, hey, this is what we're designing. This is what the clients want. This is the scope of work. Go for it. And then you design and submit it. You don't have to do the client presentation. That's not for everybody, but remember, you have to be the face of your company if you are running the company. The other thing is income. The income can be variable. There's ebbs and flows. Some months are great, some are tough. You have to learn how to manage that appropriately. The other thing you have to learn to deal with, and going through architecture school, we are taught this and you learn from it. It's a good reminder, is rejection. You're not going to get every client. And sometimes you're going to work really hard to get a certain project. You don't end up getting it. Or maybe you design something and they don't like it. So this can feel like rejection, but it's okay. Not every client is meant for you, and you are not meant for every client. And you don't want every client. And understanding that mindset is super helpful. Not to get too invested because you might not get everyone. If you don't get that client, a better one is waiting for you. It frees up the ability to have a better one come along. So just being aware of that, not taking it personal, but knowing that it's a big part of it. And you get used to it, but just something to be aware of. The other thing is mistakes. Mistakes will happen. We are human. No set of plans is perfect. No human is perfect. Figuring out how you deal with those mistakes will make you successful or not successful. I think open communication and honesty is always super important, but mistakes are a bummer. I'm much better with rejection than dealing with mistakes. I'm good with being open and communicating and honest with them, but it just is a shitty feeling. So knowing that they happen, every mistake that I've made have been an incredible learning lesson. Mistakes I don't make again. You have to make mistakes to learn them. Some of the mistakes I've made, I wouldn't have been able to learn from a book or classroom. So you kind of have to just get out there and take a risk, which comes with possible mistakes, and learn from them. And also get insurance. It's good to get errors and omissions insurance. In California, it's not required. Professional liability insurance, but highly recommended. Just part of one of the overhead expenses that you have to plan for. The other thing I wish I would have known, that it's going to be slow and steady. You're not going to be the architect or firm you want to be overnight. Maybe in 15 or 10 years, maybe sooner. It takes time. When you start a project, you start designing and then they build it and then you get really good photos of it. That's like a time frame anywhere from a year plus. I've had projects be 2+ years. It takes a long time to build up that portfolio. Most of my successful projects have come through referrals from other clients. Just that in itself builds up over time. So don't expect it to happen overnight. And this can be discouraging. You can think, I've been doing this now for 2 years. I'm still doing not projects I really want to be doing. I'm not really making the money I want to be making. But the way I looked at it was each year I was doing a little bit better. It wasn't a whole lot, but better. I'd still have projects that didn't really light me up the most, but there would be one new project that was a little better. Then another, for me, it's been slow growth, but it's steady. After 5 years or so, kind of blew up. Everyone's journey is different. Some pathways might be quicker, some slower. It's good to know you're not going to be an award-winning architecture firm overnight. Even if you win your first award within 6 months of starting your business, it's still going to take clout to show who you are as an architect and business. So be okay with the time that it's taking.